Paris, March 18, 1314. The sky is gray, heavy with smoke. Crowds gather on the banks of the Seine, drawn by the smell of burning pitch and the sound of chanting priests. Before them stands an old man, his white hair tangled, his wrists bound in chains. This is Jacques de Molay, the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar. Once commander of one of the most powerful orders in Christendom, he now stands condemned, accused of heresy and blasphemy. As the flames rise around him, his voice rings out above the roar of fire. Pope Clement. King Philip, before God's throne, I summon you both. Within a year, you will answer for your crimes against the Templars. And with those words, the fire consumed him. The curse of Jacques de Molay was born. For nearly 2 centuries, the Knights Templar had stood as the defenders of Christendom, warrior monks sworn to poverty, chastity, and obedience. They guarded pilgrims in the Holy Land, fought in the Crusades, and built a vast network of castles and treasuries from England to Jerusalem. But with power came envy. By the early 14th century, the Crusades had failed. The Holy Land was lost. And the Templars, rich and politically independent, became a threat to kings and popes alike. King Philip IV of France, deep in debt to the order, found a darker solution: their destruction. On the morning of Friday, October 13, 1307, Philip's soldiers struck. Templar commanderies across France were raided. Hundreds of knights were seized in a single day. They were accused of secret rituals, of denying Christ, spitting on the cross, and worshipping a mysterious idol called Baphomet. Under torture, many confessed. Some out of pain, others in hope of mercy. But their words were lies, twisted confessions forced to please the king. At the center of it all stood Jacques de Molay, imprisoned, interrogated, humiliated, yet unbroken. He would not betray the truth of his brothers. Pope Clement V could have saved them, but he did not. Under pressure from King Philip, he dissolved the Order of the Temple in 1312. The Templars' lands were seized, their leaders imprisoned, and their name erased from Christendom. Jacques de Molay, once honored by kings and princes, was left to rot in a cold cell. But his spirit remained unshaken. He awaited not the judgment of men, but of God. In March 1314, Jacques de Molay and his companions were brought before the people of Paris. They were told to confess one final time, to beg for mercy. But instead, de Molay spoke the truth. I am innocent of the crimes imputed to me. I have sinned only in betraying my brothers to save myself. God knows our innocence, and he will avenge our deaths. King Philip, enraged by this defiance, ordered immediate execution. That night, a great pyre was built on the Isle de la Cite. Bound to the stake, de Molay called out his final prophecy. Clement. Philip. Before the year is out, I summon you both to God's judgment. The flames rose high, and the Grand Master met his end with calm and faith. The curse had been spoken, and soon, it seemed to take hold. Within a month, Pope Clement fell ill and died in torment. As his body lay in state, lightning struck the church where he rested, setting it ablaze. His corpse burned, a final symbol of divine wrath. 7 months later, King Philip IV suffered a fatal accident while hunting. Thrown from his horse, he lingered in agony before dying. Both men, the Pope and the King, perished within the very year that de Molay had named. Coincidence or divine vengeance, history would never forget. The curse did not end with Philip and Clement. Philip's sons, Louis, Philip, and Charles, each took the throne of France. Each died young. Each left no male heir. By 1328, the great Capetian line, rulers of France for 3 centuries, was extinct. Chroniclers whispered that Jacques de Molay's words had doomed them all. The fall of their house plunged France into the 100 Years' War. And through the chaos, the legend of the burning Templar echoed like a ghost over medieval Europe. Centuries have passed since that night on the Seine. The ashes of Jacques de Molay are long scattered, but his words still burn. He became more than a grand master, he became a symbol of courage, faith, and justice defied. His curse reminds the world that truth cannot be silenced, nor righteousness destroyed. Even when fire consumes the body, the spirit endures. And so, the legend of Jacques de Molay, the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar, lives on. A warning to tyrants. A testament to faith. And a flame that never dies.